How much sex is enough for a happy relationship? It's a question many of us have secretly Googled, and one that can create a lot of unnecessary pressure. We see portrayals in movies and on TV of couples who seem to be at it constantly, and we start to wonder, are we doing something wrong? Many couples feel this pressure to have more sex, believing it's the magic key to a perfect relationship. But what does the science actually say? Is there a magic number? Well, you might be surprised by the answer. Today, we're diving deep into the research to separate fact from fiction and help you find what truly matters for your relationship as happiness. And stick around, because we'll also share practical, expert-backed tips for couples who might be struggling with intimacy. Let's start with a groundbreaking study by Amy Moose, a sexual relationship researcher from Dalhousie University in Canada. Her research looked at thousands of couples and found something fascinating. Yes, happiness levels did increase as couples had sex more often, but there was a clear ceiling. The benefits leveled off at a frequency of about once a week. That's right, once a week. Couples who had sex 4 or more times a week were significantly happier than those who just connected intimately on a weekly basis. As researcher Moose herself said, "I do think that couples can feel pressured to try to have sex as often as possible." She suggests that aiming for once a week is a much more realistic and less stressful goal than thinking you need to be intimate every single day. This simple shift in perspective can prevent intimacy from feeling like a chore, which can ironically lead you to avoid it altogether. So the first big takeaway is this: you can probably relax about the numbers game. But what's really driving that happiness? Is it just the physical act itself? The research points to something much deeper. The most significant predictor of your overall happiness isn't your sex schedule. It's the quality of your romantic relationship itself. The emotional connection you share with your partner is far more important than the number of times you physically intimate. Think of it this way. Sex can be a powerful tool to enhance that feeling of connection and satisfaction, but it's not the only tool in the box. If you have a strong foundation of compatibility, empathy, and genuine connection, your relationship is already on solid ground. So, while frequent sex isn't a bad thing, it's not the ultimate fix for a relationship that's lacking emotional depth. The real goal is to nurture that bond. Don't worry so much about the number on the scoreboard. Focus on the quality of the team play. Now, you might be thinking, this is great, but which comes first, the happiness or the sex? It's a classic chicken and egg scenario. Are happier couples having more sex, or is more sex making them happier? The truth is, it's likely a bit of both. They feed into each other, creating a positive cycle. Happiness can increase your desire for sex, and sex can boost your happiness. And while once a week seems to be a common sweet spot for many, it's crucial to remember that it's not a universal prescription. Every couple is unique with their own rhythms, needs, and desires. What works for one pair might not work for another. This is where personal experimentation comes in. Vanessa Marin, a sex therapist, is a huge advocate for this approach. She advises couples to become scientists in their own relationship. Don't just follow a rulebook. Instead, try things out. For 1 month, maybe you try having sex twice a week and see how that feels. The next month, maybe you try once a week. The goal isn't to hit a specific target, but to discover what frequency leaves you both feeling connected, satisfied, and happy without feeling pressured. It's about finding your ideal number, not someone else's. Speaking of pressure, this is where things get really interesting. You'd think that simply deciding to have more sex would automatically lead to more happiness, right? Well, not exactly. Several studies have shown that forcing it can completely backfire. In one compelling experiment, researchers took couples who were already satisfied having sex about 6 times a month and instructed them to double that frequency. The result? After 3 months, these couples reported being in a worse mood and, get this, enjoying sex less than the group that just stuck to their usual routine. George Lowenstein, a professor at Carnegie Mellon University, explained it perfectly. When you're told to do something, it always becomes less enjoyable. It turns something that should be spontaneous and joyful into a task on a to-do list. This is exactly why therapists like Vanessa Marin are hesitant to give specific frequency recommendations. They know that as soon as it becomes an obligation, you risk losing the natural excitement and desire that makes intimacy so special. Trying too hard can genuinely make things worse. So, what if you're in a relationship where intimacy has dwindled or even stopped altogether? First off, don't despair. It's a common issue, and there are absolutely ways to reconnect. Professor Lowenstein suggests that the once-a-week idea can still be a helpful, gentle goal to work towards, simply because it seems to be a natural rhythm for many. But how do you get there if the desire just isn't there? The solution often starts outside the bedroom. You need to make dedicated time for each other. Professor Marin recommends setting aside at least 20 minutes every single day with the phones put away and the TV turned off, just to connect. If you're incredibly busy, even 5 minutes of focused, intimate conversation can start to rebuild that emotional bridge and create what she calls a sexual buffer zone. Another incredibly effective strategy? Change your environment. Think about it. When was the last time you stayed in a hotel in a new city and everything felt fresh and exciting? Professor Lowenstein points out that this change of scenery can make your partner seem different in a good way, sparking new energy. That novelty is a powerful aphrodisiac. And if all else fails, sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith. The experts suggest leaning into your instincts and telling yourself, let's just do it. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for the perfect moment or for lightning to strike. Just start. You might be surprised at how much fun you have once you get over that initial hurdle and rediscover the connection that was there all along. The bottom line is that the conversation around how much sex is often the wrong one. The real key to a fulfilling, happy relationship isn't a number. It's connection, communication, and the willingness to understand what works for you and your partner. Thank you so much for joining me today to explore this important topic. I hope this has been helpful and has maybe taken a little bit of pressure off. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.